Hey everyone, Anthony Fantano here, internet's busiest music nerd, doing a little bit of a review over here of this new archival release, this new compilation from none other than Mr. Ariel Pink. Before we get too deep into this review, I want to give a shout out to our Patreon page. We will link to it down below if you want to get over there, get some extra content every month that we put out in addition to our usual stuff for our patrons on that page. Hit it up, get it. Now, again, new archival release from who, in my opinion, is one of pop music's most creative weirdos, Ariel Pink. What Pink has long lacked in just about everything that you would want or expect from a rock star, he has more than made up for in just a genius-level knack for songwriting, hooks, witty lyrics, and also vintage production aesthetics. Which is why when even he releases a group of extras, Odditties, Sodomies, Volume 2, it is cause for pause. It's rare that we get a taste of this size from the Ariel Pink vaults because the last Odditties, Sodomies, Volume 1 dropped in 2008. And over a decade later, there are definitely some oddities here. We have the track Chart Beep, which maybe has the most distinct intro of any song on here. Very goofy octave synth lines, some very sturdy and rigid grooves. It feels funky, but also funny. That vibe is pretty much confirmed when Ariel Pink comes in with this cartoonishly deep lead vocal. Also, these melting synth chords. The whole thing sounds like it was taped on the oldest, most overused, most dead magnetic tape accessible. And that murky old sound is kind of a key feature on a lot of classic Haunted Graffiti tracks. The song Party's Own World is a hip-shaking, hand-clapping little pop rager. It's got some harmonica, a totally whacked out mix, but still, despite that, it is so joyous and the hook shines out so brightly. The whole party's own world sounds like, I don't know, something out of like an advertisement for an old TV show or like a kid's play place from the 70s. And it's actually kind of amazing in that regard. And Stray Here With You features a lot of classic Ariel Pink formulas, the angular, synced up synth leads and vocal leads, icy, cascading synth tones hanging out in the background, very clunky bass, steady groove, some kind of eerie, ghoulish verses too, and a very, very sticky mantra toward the end of the track. Beat that game, beat that game. So slick, so fun, so catchy. There are also a handful of moments on this thing where it seems like Ariel is taking some time to maybe pay homage to his influences, and he is really embodying the sounds of other artists in a very obvious way. The bass line, the beat, really the overall vibe of Gates of Shong pretty much sounds like Michael Jackson's Thriller. It's such a dead ringer, I don't see how it couldn't have been intentional. There's also a cover on here of the Smiths song Night Has Opened My Eyes, where Ariel Pink pretty much does his best Morrissey impression. I wouldn't tag Unwritten Law to a specific artist, but it still does sound a little out of place for Pink in that it comes off like an old, gothed out, synth-backed piece of post-punk. Over the years, Pink has shown a very clear love for goth music, punk music, so on and so forth, but here those vibes are especially really uncharacteristically strong. And if it wasn't for being placed on an Ariel Pink compilation with an Ariel Pink vocal on top of it, the instrumental to the track House of Yesterday, I would have to assume, was like, I don't know, some old instrumental demo that New Order tracked as they were transitioning out of being Joy Division into a new group. There are also a few instrumental cuts here that are pretty fun. The track Something About Michael Landon, the opening cut of this thing. There's a very active bass line here, some cool little keyboard chord switch-ups, a heavenly sheen as well that comes along with most Ariel Pink songs. Then there's the track The World Is Yours, which is pretty curious, magical. The keyboards on this cut are especially woozy. The whole thing makes me feel like I'm exploring a neon jungle in the dead of night while ghosts that haunt it are making weird breathy mouth noises. There are a few very short cuts here, throwaways, the track Go Go 2, also The Law, but it's a compilation of extras. What are you going to expect? There are going to be some tracks here and there that don't really hit or feel a little brief, underwritten. But for the most part, I really like this compilation. I thought it was good. I thought there were a lot of good tracks on it. Sure, a little more rough around the edges and not fully complete as some of Ariel's best stuff. Obviously, there are cuts here that are just not as well groomed, not as essential. But for the completists out there and for those who just love Ariel's sound, love his vibe, just want more of it, because you can't really get what Ariel Pink does many other places, truly and honestly. If that's your attitude, if that's how you feel, if you're like me, then you're going to want to hear this. Don't let it slip under the radar. It's a good compilation, and I am going to leave it at that. Once more, the Patreon page is down below if you want to hit that up, and we will see you in the next one. Over here next to my head is a video that you can check out. Hit that up, or the link to subscribe to the channel. Anthony Fantano, Ariel Pink, forever.